When you go out to eat, what motivates you to walk into that particular restaurant? It could be the decor, the ambiance, most likely the food and the stiff drinks, and probably the service. If it's a combination of them all, consider yourself very lucky. But what you don't rate a restaurant for is what actually goes on behind the scenes, and what those servers are really thinking as they smile at you as they set down your food and cater to every need.
Tell them that after the 5th diet soda, it's not diet anymore, lady, and you don't need mayonnaise.
Do you ever consider that these people depend on you? After all, you pay their bills, put up their rent, and feed their family just as they feed you.
I have to do it because I maintain a family through it. It takes care of everything that I need financially to where my degree won't, so this is more productive.
The restaurant industry is a very complex business that consists of workers whose job is to put on a front and cater to the customer's needs. No matter what the waiter's going through in his or her own life, it is that person's job to smile and to act like everything is cool.
One of the hardest things that I found is having to, I guess, smile all the time. For the type of personality that I am, it's very difficult for me to be nice when people are not personable.
Because this job tears you down. It makes you want to smack people in the face. It makes you hate other people a lot. Especially in this location, because we got a lot of cheap asses that like to give you $3 tips on $100 bills. Like I just had a $90 bill, got stiffed, 46 cents, they want to change back. Yeah.
Like any other job, working in a restaurant can take a tremendous toll on a person, both mentally and physically.
It's very physical and it's also very mental. It can really break you down in a lot of different ways. I'm coming to a point in my life where my youth is still here, but it's getting questioned. I mean, coming closer than most of my friends. I'm about to be 40. And it kind of puts another question, can I keep doing this? Do I want to keep doing this, or do I want to do something else?
Serving at a restaurant is commonly something for people at a transitionary period in their lives. Many wait on tables as they wait on their degrees.
Been waiting about 6 years through undergrad and grad school. Everybody here is in transition. They're on their way to somewhere else. They don't like being here most of the time. You see a lot of people coming with attitudes, and they get worse as the shift goes on. And unlike a lot of other places, this place is good because at least we all have that in common, so we kind of group together, and you kind of take solace in the fact that everybody here doesn't really want to be here, doesn't like what they're doing necessarily. They all want to do something else, and they're just getting by. So at least we all have that in common.
Some work unhappily yet diligently, whether or not their service will be appreciated. Some, at the expense of their own indignation, are ostensibly good-natured until behind the scenes, when they seek revenge.
Stanley here, talking about why you don't fuck with people who fuck with your food, because they do fuck with your food. When I first started working at this place, I'd have tables that bugged me. I'm like, God, these assholes, right? Like they just constantly get you to go back and forth for stuff. And then finally, when I can't deal with it anymore, I'm thinking I should fuck with their food. I should do something to her mugu pan, because I gotta fuck with her back. She can't get away with this. But I'd be too busy, and I'd be like, I'm not gonna mess with it. So I didn't. And then after a while, it'd get with me so bad, that I'd just like walk out. I would just walk out and I'd give the table to someone else. And that's not such a bad thing, but here's the bad side. I had a friend, Great Garrett H was his name, back in Georgia. And this guy would carry a kid's cup with him all over he went. He's a maniacal little son of a bitch. And he worked for a restaurant that you might have eaten at. So he had this kid's cup, and whenever you pissed him off, complain about the food, whenever you complain about anything or put him in some type of predicament where he thinks you're an asshole, he'd go to the bathroom. And I'm not making this up. Go to the bathroom with a kid's cup, and he'd pee in it. So you'd have this kid's cup with pee. And then whenever he makes your drinks, like I want to refill on my Coke. Great Garrett H would grab your Coke and go back, put a little Coca-Cola in there, and then break out the kid's cup. Bum, bum, bum. Don't fuck with people that fuck with your food. They're maniacal sometimes. Crazy sons of bitches. Dealing with a lot of people here. And that's shit you eat, man. Not cool.
While serving is generally not something that brings about benefits or social security, it does bring about what most 9-to-5s don't. And that's tips.
I had more than enough to live on with tips.
But there is no quintessential server. Motives may vary, as do attitudes and lifestyles.
Yeah, sometimes this job sucks in terms of if you work really late shifts and you close and you're not at it till 1 in the morning. By the time you get home, get a shower, every place is closed, no place to go drink. All your friends have already had their night and gone home. So you're basically just going to bed. And if you're going to wake up the next day and do it again at night, you got to get your ass to bed. And people usually sleep most of the day, so you don't see daylight, and you just keep coming back every night doing your job. And, you know, it's okay. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody that, you know, really likes to do a lot of fun things.
Some arrive on the job, clock in, clock out, and then get off and mind their own business. Others indulge in the restaurant lifestyle. With the late hours of the restaurant, workers tend to stay up until the early hours and sleep through the next day, only to go back to work and do it all over again. It's a cycle which many people get trapped in.
I've worked from 10 o'clock this morning until almost over 10 o'clock tonight. Serving is really fun. It's a great way to make easy cash. You work hard, you play hard, you have a lot of fun, but you spend your money very quickly. I found that, yes, it is a cycle. You do get used to sleeping in, spending your money at night, going out and drinking, and spending all of your tips and wondering what you're going to do tomorrow and how you're going to make that all back. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you're doing the same thing again the next night.
Fast-paced working leads to quick cash. Servers run all day to walk out with a pocket full of money, just waiting to be spent. The smart ones will go home and save the cash, but most end up going to a bar and spending all the money they made in one night.
I feel it's just hella hard because every time you come in, you get money and you leave. You know what I mean? You get money and you go. But then half that money is spent at a bar because we fucking alcoholics, most of us.
Some inadvertently become restaurant lifers. Others are proud of their long-standing employment in the industry.
I have been a server for about 8 years. I've worked in various restaurants.
I'm coming to a point in my life where my youth is still here, but it's getting questioned. I mean, I'm coming closer than most of my friends. I'm about to be 40. And it kind of puts another question, can I keep doing this? Do I want to keep doing this, or do I want to do something else?
As you sit there, make discussion, and eat your noodles, there's a lot going on that you don't see. There's people studying on the job, then there's sexual harassment. There's terrible tippers that leave no money as you leave a nice 20 for me. There's great power trips. Some managers just want to get over. Fights between chefs and food runners. Not to mention the verbal and physical fights between customers.
You don't always see eye to eye about everything, especially with your bosses or maybe even with another co-worker. And it has its tendencies of where you want to say, I'm done with this kind of work. I've been through a lot of situations with a lot of different bosses. I've been through a lot of things. I've seen people do a lot of nasty things in here.
Not to mention that drunk guy that comes in, screaming and hollering, eats about 3 things, and won't leave a single dollar in tip. Now, wouldn't that piss you off?
Because y'all gonna run us around, you gonna get us hella extra sour cream, hella refills. Is it refillable, nigga? Shut up, okay? Take the bill, the number that, say if you order $52 worth of shit, right? $52, right? Take the 5 and multiply it by 2. Just take whatever the first digit is and multiply it by 2. That's what you tip. So if you order $100, take the 1 times by 2, and then that's $20. That's not $2, nigga. That's $20. You feel me?
If you happen to mosey in at about 11:55 and closing time is at 12 midnight, don't expect good service.
You think, oh cool, we made it. See, we're thinking, nigga, that's a whole other hour and a half we have to be here. For what, your $5, $6? I don't want that shit. I would pay you $5, $6 to leave. How about that? I'll just give you, I want when somebody walks into the restaurant, I want to be like, the last 5 minutes, I just want to be like, hey bro, I'll give you $20 to just go the fuck home right now.
After giving you all this information, are you still waiting on that table in front of that restaurant? Maybe you've already hightailed it out of there and headed to a nearby Safeway. But relax. Most servers are simply honest workers serving you an honest meal. And servers, you relax. After all, you're learning good people skills, you're meeting interesting people, and you got that pocket full of cash. But it might be gone tomorrow.
Don't do it. That's what I would say. Any advice, if you want to be a server, serve, get somewhere high-end, classy, and go to college and get the fuck out as fast as you can.